Hello, welcome to Asclepius. I'm Oz, or Paul. It's brilliant to have you here with me today. Today I want to share with you a bit of my personal story as well as some of the favourite nutrients I've found that I've used in my anti-inflammatory healing journey that provide excellent nutrition across all aspects of life and are very, very beneficial herbs and nutritional devices to boost your health and general well-being and generally optimise your life, which is what I'm all about. Healing is in the field. Now, the main herbs I use in my recovery, which isn't 100% here yet, and we've recently had a lot of rainy weather, and now we're heading towards winter here in Australia, which is going to prove a challenging time for me. I'm really looking forward to it, however, because it is a real opportunity to measure how far I've come on my journey to having a successfully optimised life. I thoroughly recommend that you track your progress in regards to this, because what you measure increases. It's a brilliant technique. Now on to those healing herbs I use. The ones I've found most beneficial are turmeric with a pinch or two of black pepper, depending on how much you use. If you're adding a lot of turmeric to make a very large meal, put a good smattering of pepper in, because it can optimise the healing properties of the curcumin in turmeric up to 2000%, and that's absolutely fantastic. Seeing turmeric alone is one of the best anti-inflammatory herbal remedies you can use. I personally, with my organic gardening, have lots of turmeric growing at home. I find tomato has an inflammatory effect on my body, contrary to popular opinions. I use capsicum as a vitamin C substitute instead of tomato. I like to limit my fruit intake, so citrus is not a good vitamin C source for myself, because I don't need too much that's too sweet, because I'm sweet enough already. Now, another herb that I find very beneficial is rosemary. Rosemary has an incredible effect when you're cooking your vegetables. I recommend air frying for those, unless you're going to steam them. But in the air fryer, rosemary adds a lovely flavour, unless of course you have some sort of sensitivity to it, or it does have an inflammatory effect on your body, which I have heard is the case for some people. But I find it is a beautiful flavour enhancer, particularly for roasted vegetables in the air fryer. I find that's one of my favourites. It really, really hits me in the taste buds. Also, I find that fennel, whether you use fresh fennel if it's available in your area, or fennel powder, has excellent anti-inflammatory properties, and it can be a real boon to your recovery and healing process. Additionally, I do like to use a lot of ginger and garlic. They're right up there in, well, I'd consider them both in the number 2 position, equally after turmeric. Honey is an excellent sweetener, and it also has brilliant antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory properties, and also antibacterial properties. It is an amazing addition to your cooking. I use it in a lot of my stir-fried vegetables along with ginger. Honey and ginger go so well together. Another thing I find works really well is to focus on healing your gut inflammation. Gut inflammation, having a leaky bowel, even an undiagnosed one, can lead to leaky brain through the blood-brain barrier and cause inflammation in your brain, which leads to depression, anxiety, and all sorts of nasty mental complications. That's best healed with things like dandelion root, ginger, and several other herbs, which I will focus on later in a specific gut healing video. Also spirulina, particularly the genus that ends in the P word. I will get that specific for when I do the video on gut healing. But also I'd like to add that some of the other anti-inflammatory herbs I use are thyme and coriander and cumin. Ayurvedic medicine is so valuable for your general health and well-being. I can't stress that enough. Also Chinese medicine. It is rumoured that back in the 1920s, some of the richest families in the world who later invested in the pharmaceutical industry, according to the rumours, they did make significant donations to the universities in the 1920s to have them replace their textbooks that used to teach the doctors all about the healing power of food, over to a more streamlined focus on pharmaceuticals and symptomatic healing rather than healing the root core of your issues. But what I'm at and all about is focusing on healing those root cause that really can contribute to bad health in your life. And nobody wants to suffer from bad health. But there's some tips I've shared with you today. Hopefully that helps you along. Feel free to share this video with anyone who you think could improve their health, that's suffering from health conditions or some sort of inflammation related illness like stroke, heart conditions, blood pressure conditions, things like anxiety, depression. I can help in many of those areas with natural therapies that help you embrace the healing power of food in our diet. Once again, as much as possible, try and avoid anything that is not organically grown, because those pesticides are one of the leading causes of cancer and inflammation in the human body. We haven't evolved to deal with that sort of stuff. That's a man-made thing and it's no good. For anxiety, another pro tip, which if it's legal in your country, is marijuana. That is a brilliant healing herb for those who can access that for anxiety and insomnia related issues. It works brilliantly. But I'm going to be more specific in my later videos, I'm going to target in and focus on those issues specifically for you, because everything I do here is all about you, your health and healing. I want you to have your best life possible. I want you to heal as much as you can. Now please like and subscribe, because it helps grow my channel. And if you could additionally put any comments you want to make in the channel, it's all about you and I want to hear from you. Share your story, share your pain points, share what you'd like me to focus it on, because I'm here to help you so that you don't have to have a 5-year recovery journey like I have had so far. Come the 4th of May, that was my 5-year anniversary of my chronic back pain injury, where I had to shuffle back inside from my front yard, where I was immobilised for half an hour, looking like I'd had a nice, good, hard, swift kick up the backside, and boy, it felt like it was done by a horse. But here I am today, moving around freely, loving life again, and I can't stress enough the power of a positive attitude. If you stay happy, it reduces your pain and it allows you to heal so much faster. If you find yourself catching a negative thought, acknowledge that it's trying to keep you safe. It's trying to protect you. Accept it with love and gratitude. Thank it for highlighting that you need to stay focused on moving ahead positively and affirmatively. Let it go and switch back to positive thoughts, because positive thoughts create positive outcomes, and that's what I want for you, you and you. It's all about you. Remember that. Self-love is true love. Until next time, this is Osclepius signing out. Love always, in all ways. Shine the light, because that will highlight your path to recovery. Thank you once again. Stay blessed.